Conversion rate optimization is such a big topic these days. When we look at it in recruitment websites, we're looking at how we can drive more candidates and we can drive more clients to the site. We also look at then how we can convert at a higher rate. So that could be taking the existing traffic that you get with your website and increasing the overall percentage of conversions, or it could be looking at entirely new traffic streams that we've got coming into our website and seeing how we can get more out of it. In this video, what I'm going to look at is some of the best tools that I think are on the market right now, and some of the most common tools that people use that are on the market, all aimed at trying to get a little bit more different ways out of your website traffic. So not necessarily driving more website traffic in with things like SEO and other kind of programmatic tools, but actually when people are on your website, what can we do to increase the chance of them converting, to getting to the right content faster, getting to the right job faster? Let's have a look. The website that we're going to look at today is Optmisely, very commonly used tool now, and kind of a massively growing software as a service tech company. Optmisely is really good for creating and running A/B testing, split tests, and multivariate testing. It's quite popular for that. You can see they've got 3 product lines here. The one that is most commonly used for our A/B testing tools is going to be the experiment tools here that allow some kind of personalization, but mainly what they call feature experimentation on the website. It's a very popular product, as I say, been around on the market for a number of years now. Next up, we have Visual Web Optimizer, or VWO, as it's called here. This is again an A/B testing tool with some other optimization features that actually contains in here. You can grab a free trial of VWO, which might be worth kind of putting in place to see whether you can get some value out of it before you actually go ahead and pay. Again, it's mainly around things like behavior analytics. Experimentation is the most common part of things that people look at here, which is where they talk about optimizing conversion rates. As you can see here, it's like A/B testing, so show version A versus version B of a page, gives different options for a user, and then depending which has got the higher level of conversion rate, you kind of go with that product. So VWO has kind of, again, been around for a number of years now, but it's quite a popular product amongst our customer base. And finally, one of the tools that we're going to look at is Optimize by Google, which we've got here. So it's a Google product. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued on the 30th of September. So if you do use it, you're going to have to be quick with this one because it's going to be out of date quite quickly. They have said, Google, that they're going to be looking to bring in another product in through Google Analytics 4, through GA4. Optimizer was, Google Optimizer was mainly a universal analytics tool. It's been around for a while. It allowed some pretty cool A/B testing, and it integrated directly into Google Analytics, which is one of its kind of core foundations, if you want. So stay tuned with that one. There's going to be probably, and I'd imagine, a lot more with GA4 coming from Optimize because of the success that tool had. Next up, we have some of our heat map and user behavior tools, as we called them. We're going to start with Hotjar. Most people will know Hotjar, so it provides heat map, session recording, user survey software, all in this package. You can see here from the kind of navigation, it's pretty clear what they do. So screen recordings of different user journeys. Again, heat mapping for that. They provide on-page surveys for users. They do these like interview sessions through what they call Engage as well, which is very popular with people as well. Pricing for Hotjar tends to be pretty popular with people because there's a kind of basic free session with 35 daily sessions, which will kind of give kind of entry-level users a bit of an idea how it works. And then we're talking around kind of €32 a month here for about 100 daily sessions that you map here. So if you're in that range, it's probably pretty good value to run that. You know, how much you ever run any of these tools is down to kind of what you want to get on it. Some people might run it for a month. Some people might go back in every month to see how it works. Crazy Egg is next up here. This is a very popular tool. Crazy Egg, again, it's been around for a number of years now. It offers heat maps, scroll maps, A/B testing here through the website, error tracking, surveys. So very similar to Hotjar. It's going to be a personal preference, probably what that comes down to in terms of how you're using, you know, that type of tooling. And next up is Full Story. Full Story is a little bit of a different product in terms of how it works. They call it this a digital experience intelligence. So it allows you to replay user sessions to understand user experience and then look at things like funnels and journey mapping a lot more probably than Crazy Egg and Hotjar have done. So it's very popular in e-commerce. That's kind of the space that they promote quite heavily because of that kind of flow, I guess, through to buying a product. But that's not a lot different from somebody coming to finding a job and converting there. So yeah, Full Story is a slightly different product than probably Hotjar and Crazy Egg, which are very similar in terms of what they do. Again, it's going to come down to having a look at these and seeing kind of what works for you in terms of price, usability, and what works across the website. Next up is our personalization tools. And personalization tools really are looked at how we can maybe change the journey or adapt the journey based around the type of user, maybe where they've come from on websites. First one we're going to look at is dynamic yield here. So their product here, as you can see it, they have a lot of different kind of components as part of this. So it offers personalization across the web, apps, email, kiosks actually as well it can go into from that side of things. And this is really about like looking at who's come to the website and then targeting them with different messaging and content, be that email or be that kind of landing page content as well. It can then recommend different content on the website to people algorithmically based on what they've done, which is a cool piece of kit here. They call it this Experience OS, which I love that kind of concept in here. So this is a very popular product, particular with slightly larger businesses. I'd probably say it's a more enterprise level tooling here, just based around the kind of the tools that it has built into it. Next, obviously, I couldn't leave out SourceFlow in terms of what we do on our platform. So we track all of the engagement that people have had when they convert. So we can track where somebody has come from all the way through to the point that they do convert on a website. And then we can track everything in between here. So we've got a form completion here. We can see the different pages that this user has looked at. Now, based around how somebody's entered our website, the page that they've been on, we can in fact start to change the layout of that website, or we could create kind of specific landing pages for LinkedIn traffic and LinkedIn content, which is, might say, hey, thanks for visiting us from LinkedIn. You could get to that level of personalization, all aimed at building a bit more of a personalized journey for the user. So there's lots of different tools around personalization. Optmisely as well, we looked at earlier, has a personalization tool built into it as well in this kind of experiment side of things. We've got this, what they call advanced personalization. So it tailors experiences based on user behaviors and preferences, similar to the way that we saw with dynamic yield. Both would complement the SourceFlow platform in that side of things. And finally, what we're going to look at today is our survey and feedback tools. So these tools are really good ways of kind of getting real-time feedback from some users on the website. You'll have no doubt seen these, how was your experience? What did you think of this page? You'll see those types of things on websites. Qualaroo, for me, is the one that I feel has been around the longest and has been the less intrusive in my life that I've seen. So it's on-site surveys and user feedback tools is kind of how they look at things. You can see here they do surveying, they do website feedback, exit intent surveys. They've got a lot of kit that's aimed at getting real-time written feedback from users, like out of 10, how would you rate this page, etc. If you're looking to get kind of mass market information, Qualaroo is a really good tool for this. And probably alongside it, SurveyMonkey here is really good for comprehensive surveys to gather user insights. So people do use SurveyMonkey to get information for their own business. That's what it's commonly used. What is not known about it is that it has a bunch of products that are specifically built for collecting data here and analyzing the results of that on websites. So it's thought of as maybe like I send this out to people, but actually it can apply as you can apply it as a pop-up to websites, which is really, really kind of powerful in terms of how that works. And finally, on our survey and feedback tools, we've got Get Feedback, which was recently acquired a piece of kit called Usabilla, it was called. And what that does is collects feedback through surveys, visual feedback tools, so similar to how some of these other tools that we've looked at work. So it's got this feedback platform, listen, so it can take this across all channels, so email, it can take it across mobile, it can take it across desktop as well. It collates that in and it kind of gives you an idea about what's happening with the performance of your website across multiple tools. So survey and feedback tools are as important as the other tools. They provide a more user-based written feedback than maybe the kind of visual feedback that we've seen previously. So there we have it. It's a bunch of incredible products and tools that we've just looked at there, all aimed at driving more out of the existing traffic that you've got in your website. If you like this video, let me know. If you want me to create more of this type of content, or if there's any specific type of content that you want me to produce, let me know. I'm more than happy to put something together.